Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, this is Rob Rosa. Hopefully, your favorite real estate broker. So, this morning we're talking about unpermitted renovations. Taking a walk through this neighborhood, saw a home where somebody's putting on a new garage, lumber all over the place. Went about a quarter mile, saw a home, somebody's putting up a new roof, right? And roofing materials all over the place. Maybe saw a truck in front of someone's house that says best bathroom renovations. And it kind of got me to thinking, hey, what's going on here in the marketplace, especially with all these wonderful repairs that many people are doing. I mean, some of these repairs are excellent. The owners are very, very excited about renovating their home, and they believe, which in many cases could be true, that their home is going to be worth a lot more when they go to sell it. But the one mistake, the one issue that complicates things that might come up is the wonderful world of permits. Are we getting permits? What do we do when we have an issue where there are not any permits being taken out? And so that's something that you might want to consider that we probably should talk about. So I wanted to kind of start off with a little story of these people that decided to buy a home, and in East Hartford, where it had a gorgeous renovated refinished basement, lower level area. And it was just a regular basement until they decided to go in there and put a beautiful full bath, right? They decided to make a bedroom out of one of the rooms. They decided to have a desk area, a full bar, right, with a sink and drain. And they did it about 15, 16 years ago, I believe that it was. So, of course, I went over there. They wanted to sell their property. And I went over there and I said, hey, listen, they're saying, well, we got 4 bedrooms. Well, there's 3 bedrooms on the main living level. And I told them that. And then they said, and we have this extra square footage here. And we have this extra full bath. So I said, well, listen, on the assessor's card, it shows 2 full baths. Well, we have 3 full baths. Okay. So it really kind of got to the point where I said, hey, of course, I want to sell this property for the most money possible. I mean, that's what we do. We want to put as much money in that seller's pocket as possible. At the same time, we can't be fraudulent. We can't be deceitful in our marketing. So, we want to market it with the way that the property actually is. But at the same time, the assessor's card says something different. And that's, my friend, where we run into issues. So we put the property on the market, had a wonderful buyer that came along, and I actually was representing both. So of course, I'm like, whether I'm representing one party or both parties, I am trying to be as transparent as possible. And I had to explain to both parties, okay, here's what we got. Let's see what we can do to make it happen, because both parties wanted to go through with the transaction. They didn't care so much. Hey, Leslie, thanks for watching. They weren't so worried about, okay, they knew that the property was in great condition. They knew it had that extra bedroom. They knew it had that extra bathroom. But what was the appraiser going to do? Now, my friends, I'm not saying I'm Nostradamus, okay? But what I am telling you, I'm not saying I can tell the future, but what I am telling you is that I have that experience to be able to say, hey, here's what's going on in the marketplace. Here's what's probably going to happen. So I explained to both of them, well, most likely the appraiser is going to pull the assessor's card. Most likely the appraiser is going to make note that the property is not a 4-bedroom, it's a 3-bedroom. Most likely the appraiser is going to make note that it's not a 3-bathroom home, it's a 2-bathroom. So that's going to affect things. And most likely, when that underwriter for the lender sees that appraisal, they are going to say that in order for that money to be lent upon those terms, that those items have to have permits. Well, let's see what we can do. And we know that we don't want to stop anybody's dreams. We want to make things happen for people, right? We want to take things to the next step. At the same time, we cannot make miracles happen, or we can't do things that are just not going to happen, right? So we waited 3 weeks, the appraiser came, waited another week for the appraisal, and what do you think happened? The lender, the underwriter said, these items need to be permitted. And here is the sad part about the whole thing. So like I said, these things were originally done about 17 years ago. Even though they were in good condition, they didn't have permits. So the building inspector, another week or two goes by. Now we're 5-6 weeks into this whole process. And the building inspector comes, and what does the building inspector say? Well, this is wrong, this plumbing is wrong, and this wall is wrong, and these electrical plugs are wrong, and this wiring is wrong, and this drain is wrong. And the only way that I will approve this, because you never told me and you did it, all those years ago, because now this building inspector, do they have a little bit of power? Oh my goodness. There are certain people, you give them a little bit of power and you might as well forget things. So they get a little bit of power. All these things need to be done. Otherwise, I'm not going to approve it. And guess what the seller had to do to make the transaction go through? He had to, believe it or not, and he did it, he had to remove everything. He had to remove the walls. He had to remove the sink. He had to remove the toilet. He had to remove the walls with the doorway to make it an extra bedroom, in order for the appraiser to come back out and say, okay, this finished basement no longer has a bathroom. This finished basement no longer has a bar. This finished basement no longer has an extra bedroom. It is just a regular basement, so that he can do another report and give it to the lender in order to have the transaction go through. So that's just one of the many, many stories that I can tell you where the real lesson is doing your due diligence with your assessor's card. Okay, so whether it's from the seller side or from the buyer side, it doesn't really matter. You have to do your due diligence, and you have to understand, okay, yes, maybe your real estate agent on the seller side wants to do the best they can with marketing the home, and they want to be able to show them, we know it's 4 bedrooms, we can see the 4 bedrooms, but on the assessor's card it's 3. We know it's 3 bathrooms, we can see the 3 bathrooms, but on the assessor's card it's 2. Okay, so I can tell you, go with someone, a real estate agent, listen to their advice, someone who's experienced, like myself, or maybe someone from the Rosa team, but go with someone who's experienced and really hear them out, because you might want to push the envelope, and that's fine, especially with me. Hey, I love to take some chances here and there, but I'm going to tell you your risks. I'm going to tell you your exposure, what kind of issues might come up by doing that. And then second of all, whether you're a buyer or whether you're a seller, go to the assessor's card and know that if there is information, if there's some kind of disparity between the multiple listing service and between the assessor's card, that there is a pretty good chance that there's going to be a problem come time with the lender, with the appraisal, once that happens. And there's going to be some conflicts, and there's going to be some issues that you're going to have to work out, right? And so you're going to want a team on your side. You're going to want a real estate agent, a lender, an attorney who knows what they're doing, that's been down this road before, that's hopefully giving you advice to be able to help you get to the finish line, to get to selling that property for the most money possible if you want, or to get to buy that property, so that you can move on in your life and enjoy yourself. So that's kind of the story that I wanted to put together concerning unpermitted renovations, and maybe what it is that you need to be concerned about. Think about what is really there versus what has been approved by the town, and what you can do ahead of time. Maybe it means, if you're a seller, maybe it means you're going to have to do something that you're not going to love. You're going to have to go down to the town, call them up and have that building inspector come out so that you can get those things permitted, especially if they were recent. And if you're looking to get the most money possible, you want to try to avoid that pitfall. Sometimes it doesn't help to wait for one of these appraisers who come along, and maybe they're not local to the area. Maybe this appraiser, I had one appraiser that came. This is a little quick story. He totally messed up the appraisal. Now, I see this one appraiser, he's from Massachusetts, which is pretty much a half an hour away from East Hartford, and it's a different state. And he comes over here, maybe I see him once every 3 years. And then he did the appraisal. He put the wrong number of bedrooms, wrong number of bathroom, did not put exactly all the renovations that were done. We made a big stink about it. We tried to appeal it, right? And 3 weeks later, we had to wait another 3 weeks. He updated the appraisal and kept the same appraised price. And there was really not much we could do about it. And so that's some of the things that you run into, and you have to be careful. Whereas, hey, Bianca, thanks for watching. If you do your due diligence beforehand, check the assessor's card, maybe go to the town, maybe get a permit done, you will keep yourself out of trouble in the long run. So that's what I got for my walk today. Unpermitted permits. What are some of the ways that you can get those taken care of and keep you out of trouble in the long run? I hope you have an absolutely amazing day. We're still in the heart of summer, my friends. Don't give up on summer yet. It's not Labor Day yet, okay? Don't give up on summer. Enjoy yourself. And God bless you. We'll talk to you soon. Rob Rosa signing out.